8 more minutes. Oh, jeez. I had all these notes here. Yes. So I want to end with this. Find your practice and practice it. Find your teaching and follow it. Find your community and enter it. We'll end on this. The rendezvous. Let's say the practice, then, is any act faithfully entered into with your whole heart that takes you to this deeper place. The authenticity of the presence, what's really, really going on here. And how can I discover that God's sustaining me unexplainably in the unresolved matters of my heart this way? And so in the practice, and you practice your practice, and you practice it with all your heart. I was at the Zen gathering. You said, if you're faithful to your practice will be faithful to you this way. So you practice your practice. And that's not to break the thread of practice, so you go through the day next. To find your teaching and follow it. The teaching is the teaching that shares the unitive mystery of life itself. It's the poetic. Gustavo, I was so moved by that last night, the beauty of that. My God, Jesus Christ. Seriously. You know what I mean? We're moved. We're moved, we're moved emotionally, but deeper down, the depths of ourself are moved, of the channeling of something that touches us. See, because it's the dowry of our being. You know what I mean? We're all moved by this. And so you look for the teaching that echoes with it. The oneness, the teachings of Jesus, the Buddha, whatever your tradition, or it can be any tradition, a poet, the song, whatever it is, you find the teaching. And then secondly, with the Turning to the Mystics podcast, it offers guidance in it. See, the path, like path talk. What is the path? I could be ever more habitually established in this oneness that alone is ultimately real and permeates the details of my day this way. And lastly, then find your community and enter it. And your community is infinity. It's this infinite love. It's exhaling itself and giving itself away as your life. This way. And it's just one other person in whose presence you know you're not alone in your awakening. And that's the gift of us being here together. See, it's a recognition of one another this way. A kind of a collective sense of the gift of being with each other this way. And as it spreads out, you begin to realize eventually that all of life itself is your practice. It's an habitual underlying practice of life itself. And also that life is your teacher. There is no lack of spiritual guidance in our life. There's only a lack of the awareness of the guidance that's being given. We're always being taught something. So, like there's a lesson at the edge of our heart. Rest to be. And so then life itself is our teacher. And then the community is the world that God so loved that he sent his only begotten Son and walked through it with love, with all of its brutality and brokenness. Mother Teresa of Calcutta, we might say, saw more suffering in one day than some of us in more favorable circumstances would see in a lifetime, picking up little dying babies off the street. But she didn't drown in the suffering in which she was immersed this way. Because 2 hours every day they would sit in prayer together, Sisters of Charity, and she would walk with that this way. Nelson Mandela and apartheid in Africa, years of imprisonment. When he came out of prison, he didn't come out a victim. He didn't come out bitter. He didn't come out bent on revenge. He came out whole. You get the feeling that even had he died in prison, he would have died a free man. And they bear witness to us that we not be shaken by a shaken world, but walk in it with clarity about knowing who we are, what we're about, that love is real, and the love that sustains and guides us through our days to be present in the middle of each situation as it's given to us to do so. And I'm done.